Hello and welcome to another episode of LCFE Market Plus. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, this is your best time. Do well to follow us on all our social media platforms and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Welcome to the program. Welcome back. This is LCFE Market Plus, and if you just joined us, correct, you're right in time. Now, financial instruments facilitate investment, lending, and of course, risk management in the commodities markets now. But let's learn more about financial instruments today. On set with me is the acting head of operation, Lagos Commodities and Futures Exchange, Ikechi Obi. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you. Glad to be back.
She's a definition of what I call beauty with brains, right? All right. Ikechi started our first episode of LCFE Market Plus, in case you don't know. So you can go right ahead, watch that episode. There's so much you can learn from it. Ikechi, let's talk about financial instrument backed by commodities.
Okay.
First of all, let's start from the basis. What are financial instruments?
Good question, and it's good to be back here. Congratulations, you have done amazing work so far, and I'm glad to be back. Okay, so I love talking about financial instruments, and for some people, it may seem like it's a complex thing, like, oh, don't bug me, you're talking about aliens, but it's really not. So financial instruments are just tools used to finance different projects.
Okay.
Right? So you have financial instruments in so many sectors, in the banking sector, in the securities exchange sector, so many sectors. It just depends on how it is structured. Even in insurance too, there are some financial instruments there.
Okay.
But bringing it down to the capital market, you understand that the capital market is about capital. I also meaning money.
Okay.
And who needs money? That's the question. Who needs money? And then where do we get the money from?
Okay.
The capital market is the one that answers that question. So it's the place where people looking for funding for their business, in any space really, not just the commodity space now, that's where they run to get funding. While you can also go to the banks, but you see that funding from the capital market is a bit cheaper in terms of the return or the interest rates, the lending rates, like the money you add back after you've borrowed than you have in the traditional banking space. Okay. And then you have people who are flush with cash. Right? People are like, okay, everybody is telling us invest. Don't eat all your money, don't eat all your salary, don't eat all your business, invest. And then people are asking, oh, where can I invest? Is it not just stock? Is it what else? I'm looking for a variety of opportunities for investment. So the capital market solves that problem because you have experts who sit down, look at the problem, look at the people who have the problem, people who need funding, look at people who have money but are looking for, diverse different areas to invest. And they'll say, okay, let me come up with a product that will answer and solve everybody's problem. So the financial instruments are a tool used to solve financial questions, financial problems, answer the questions of, oh, where can I invest? Also answer the questions of, oh, how can I get money? So it's just a tool. It can apply in any sector, but specifically in our sector, in the capital market, is a tool to solve financial issues of businesses and also of investors.
Okay. Now, are there types of financial instruments?
Yes, there are so many types of financial instruments, and if I sit down and start listing them, we're probably not likely to live here today. Yes. Okay. So I think I will narrow the conversation down to our market.
Okay.
Because we're talking from the Lagos Commodities and Futures Exchange, and one critical part of that name is commodities.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm sure you know how important commodities are. Yeah. There's no part of the human life that commodities don't play a role. You woke up this morning, right? You had your bath, the water, the bucket or the tap or those are commodities. You might have had a breakfast this morning: eggs, bread, maybe rice, beans, yam. Commodities. You have driven a car. The parts of the car, commodities. The fuel you bought to drive the car, commodities. The clothes you're wearing, the shoes you're wearing, all commodities.
They're all commodities.
Yes,
I never knew that.
So many things. If you look, there's barely anywhere you can look around you that you cannot identify a commodity. The only difference is now that it's been processed.
Okay.
Right. So when we're talking now about the commodities market, what about financial instruments are talked about, like in the commodity space? They are different. You can start with the first one, spots. Okay. A spots contract is a financial instrument. So when I say spots, it's just like you give me money, you buy your product, and you carry it away. So it's like cash and carry.
Now this spot is not the SPORT.
No, it's SPOTS.
Oh, okay.
So SPOTS. So spots, like on the spot.
Oh, okay.
On the spot. So you pay, and then the product or the commodity is available to you.
Okay.
Right. And then there are other types of financial instruments. You can go futures. So if spot is more present, futures now talks about something in the future. So you can put money down today with the expectation that the commodity, you probably get it in 3 months, 4 months, depending on how it's structured. And then you also have capital raising instruments. I love this instrument because it's so diverse.
Okay.
It looks at the business, it looks at the commodity and tells you that, okay, you need money for paddy aggregation. You need money for developing a warehouse. Let's develop this instrument for you, put it on the market. Investors put their money in. I'm sure we all see different instruments that, ABC Limited today is doing a public offer. Okay. So you can come, they will see maybe 5 naira, something kobo, that kind of thing. Okay. So those are type of capital raising instruments. Okay. So the number of instruments, there are too many to go, but for the commodity space, I'll just focus on these 3 for today.
Now, are there some risks associated with these financial instruments? Now, both for the investor and the, should I say investee? Yes. So it's always important going into any space to understand the risk. So that is a very important question, and that's why sessions like this are very important. It would be wrong for any capital market professional to tell you there is no single risk, no risk at all. The moment they start telling you that, you are already heading towards a Ponzi scheme. Yeah.
Right. So if you look at financial instruments, there are documents that they put together. There's a lot of information that they put together. The only thing is that Nigerians or people who may not read those documents.
I'm guilty, please.
You don't read
those terms and conditions.
You won't read them. But if you take a minute to just open the documents, because it's always available. It's even a SEC requirement that those financial instrument documentations are made available to the public. Okay. You can go through, you see risks. Okay. So it will tell you, okay, what can happen and what are they doing to prevent it from happening. In the commodity space, you have to now remember that we are dealing with real commodities. Okay. You are dealing with paddy rice, you're dealing with cocoa, you are dealing with sesame, you're dealing with gold, you're dealing with crude oil. You know that when things are tangible, anything can happen. Yeah. Situations of fire, theft, logistic issues, natural disasters, etc. But what the financial instrument will tell you that, yes, while these may be the risks, this is what we have done. So for example, if there's an issue of fire or this, you will see that they have taken out insurance to cover things like this. If you see things like price fluctuations, they'll tell you what they've done or what they will do to help reduce the likelihood of that risk happening. But it doesn't mean that the risk happening will be completely 0%. Okay. But that's why it's always good to read. And if you don't really want to read, ask your financial advisor, ask your broker, ask your lawyer, ask your bankers, or people that are in this space to help you explain what these risks are.
Now, this financial instrument, I'm really curious. Now, is there like a benchmark amount of money that people should invest into the market or something?
It completely depends. It completely depends. I will bring it home to my home here at Lagos Commodities and Futures Exchange. So like right now, there are 3 major sports contracts that are trading right now on the floor, back and forth between buyer and seller. So that's what trading is on the floor of the exchange. And for example, if you look at the Eco Gold coin, which is one of the sports products trading, the minimum you can lock in as at today, the minimum you can do right now, because the market prices change, the law of supply, the law of demand, prices change. The minimum you can do today at this time of this interview is 135,000 naira per gram.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's like the coins that you're seeing here.
Yes.
These coins are 50-gram coins.
Okay.
But you can do a minimum of 1 gram, which is
like
at
a small jump.
Just a tiny. So this, if you divide this by 50, that is 1 gram. So it's 135,000 naira per gram. And so people may sit back and shout, is that not too much? But you have to remember that if you are strategic when entering a market, you are likely to benefit from it. At the time it was listed, I know we've said it on this program before, it was trading at 42,500 naira. That's about 3 years ago.
Wow.
So at the listing price of 42,500, today it's been 135,000 naira. Some investors came in as low as 42,000, and now they are reaping the benefits because the value has gone rapidly. So every instrument is different. We have rice contracts on the floor that are doing 70,000 naira per 50 kg bag, or depending on the product, 78,000 for a 50 kg bag. So each instrument has its own entry price.
Okay.
Outside the commodities market, in like the mutual funds market, if you have as little as 5,000 naira, you can get it. In the shares equities market, as little as maybe 1,000 naira, 2,000, you can get in. Every product is different. So it's just sit down, do your research, or pick a call, ask your broker that, I want to get into investments. This is how much I have. What do you recommend? And they will guide you. Okay. You can find a list of all the registered brokers with us on our website, lcfe.ng, and you just pick any one of them, give them a call, tell them you're interested in investing in the commodities exchange, but you are not sure how to start. How do I start? They will be more than happy to guide you through the process. Or if you feel more comfortable talking to the exchange itself, our contact details are on the screen as well. Just give us a call, send us an email, walk into our office Monday to Friday and ask your question. Somebody will definitely put you through. So the thing is knowledge. I keep telling people everywhere I go, what you don't know, the way to solve it is knowledge. Yeah. So the answer to your question, entry value, entry price depends on the instrument, depends on the product, depends on the financial market.
So before we go, I just want to ask one more question. Now, there are some persons who are still kind of too skeptical about putting their monies into, most especially something that they cannot just go to the markets and collect the item immediately. I know you talked about spot contracts, but there are other ones like this gold and other financial instruments that they cannot see. One word for investors out there, people who you think that should be, putting their monies into financial instruments, what, just to convince our audience right there.
Okay, you said one word. I cannot use one word. I'm sorry, I can't use one word, but I will be speaking to the nervous investor. I'll be speaking to the one coming into the market as a newbie, one who has probably done an investment of some sort and you were scammed, or a Ponzi scheme, and you're jittery about trying again. This would be my statement to you. When it comes to the world of investment, we have a highly regulated environment, meaning that we have people who are supposed to protect the interest of investors. And at the very top of that is the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC. So when in doubt, if you do not see that the instrument has been approved by SEC, or the financial parties involved have licenses by SEC, it may be a bit risky for you to go into such a play, because the capital market has to get every financial instrument approved under the Securities and Exchange Commission. Most of the financial instruments require approval by the Securities and Exchange Commission, and to do that, it means that you have checked off many boxes and the commission has given their thumbs up. So if you go into an instrument, you will see approved by SEC. You will see some notable names in there. You see things like issuing house there. You see maybe dealing member firm or stockbroking firm. If you just check those names, you can go to the SEC website, sec.gov.ng, and search for that name. If the name doesn't come up there, then you might be in a risky situation. Or you can go to the exchange's website, any of the exchanges really, and you check for the name of that firm that you're looking for. If you don't find it on that exchange's website, you may not be dealing with a credible institution. So always be watchful, understand the investment that you are going into, and please ensure that you are working with credible SEC approved parties, just so that your investment has a high level of security.
Yeah, and that's it. And Lagos Commodities and Futures Exchange is one of those institutions.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining me on set this morning.
Thank you.
Okay, now we've come to the end of today's episode of LCFE Market Plus. Thank you for staying tuned till this time. Do well to follow us on all our social media platforms and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Till I come your way same time next week, do have a beautiful week. Bye for now.